And the Grammy goes to Joni Mitchell at Newport Live. Joni Mitchell!
Joni Mitchell, celebrating her 80th birthday, clinched the Grammy for Best Folk Album in an unforgettable night that she showcased not only her musical brilliance, but also her distinct style.
I looked at love from both sides now.
Sporting two braids, a black sparkly beret, and an eccentric ensemble accentuated by a cool cane and a gold chain, Joni made a striking visual statement. Her performance, both beautiful and touching, left the audience in silent awe. A hushed quiet permeated the venue as Joni's timeless artistry unfolded on the stage. At the end, a shared sentiment of joy and admiration radiated through the room, visible on the beaming faces of Dua Lipa, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and other prominent attendees. Amid the collective smiles, Joni Mitchell herself wore a beautiful smile as she graciously accepted her well-deserved award. It was a moment that not only celebrated her remarkable win, but also honored her enduring impact on the world of folk music. I never actually knew much about Joni Mitchell before the Golden Globes, but after reading about her and her story, I can definitely say that incredible wouldn't be a good enough word to describe how dynamic she is. Born in Canada in 1943, Joni reached her mid-20s having already experienced more than most. Surviving polio, giving her child up for adoption, and leaving her first marriage to folk singer Chuck Mitchell. Songwriting became her way to process what she was going through. She released her first album, Song to a Seagull, in 1968.
In the rooms of an empty room.
Her second, Clouds, won her a Grammy for Best Folk Album and propelled her into the public eye. Fame made her feel claustrophobic, as did being domestic. In 1970, she left her lover Graham Nash, who wanted to marry her, and ran away to Europe. My grandmother was a frustrated poet and musician, Joni explained in the documentary A Woman of Heart and Mind. She kicked the kitchen door off the hinges on the farm, and as much as I loved and cared for Graham, I just thought, I'm gonna end up like my grandmother, kicking the door off the hinges. She had a vision for her life and her art and pursued it fearlessly, ripping up the rule book for what was expected at women at the time. I want to wreck my stockings in some jukebox dive, she sang on All I Want in the opening track of her fourth album, Blue. The record is widely considered her masterpiece, and the one in which she lays herself most bare. She wrote about her relationship with Nash, affairs with James Taylor and Carrie Raditz, of feeling heartbroken, homesick, and lonely. On Little Green, she sings about the child born with the moon and cancer that she gave up. Joni was eventually reunited with her daughter in the 1990s. Joni felt she owed it to her audience to make music that strikes against the very nerves of their life. And in order to do that, you have to strike against the very nerves of your own. Joni's radically honest lyrics changed how people wrote songs, encouraging others to dig deeper. Stevie Nicks, Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Carly Simon, and Elvis Costello have all cited her as an inspiration. Morrissey, interviewing her for Rolling Stone in 1997, said, "I think you're the greatest lyricist that ever lived." If you guys don't know Joni, I encourage you to check her out. After this video, I am a forever fan. By singing at this year's Grammys, she's again proving her doubters wrong and delighting the many people there who owe her a creative debt. Let us know what you think in the comments of the gorgeous Joni's performance. If you aren't following FTD News, we'd really appreciate your support. Check us out to hear more about your favorite celebrities.